I'm getting to the end of this series called Muhammad versus the Ants. Getting to the end of it. Alright, I'll continue here. But you know something? Again, I have to use... I can't use this as my main video because I feel it's going to be pulled off. I think I'm... Because, as a blamer said when he was blaming a video for Benghazi, a video no one ever saw, make no mistake. There must be no future for those that would slander the Prophet of Islam. And if you say Islam, slander the Prophet of Islam is doing what I do, which is just exposing what you feel, what I feel is stupid or evil in the Quran. Yeah. So anyway, I continue here. Alright, it's going to continue here. Again, blah, blah, blah. You hope it's just blah, blah, blah. Anyone can read our exchange and see for themselves if you're right about it being blah, blah, blah. Can't they? That doesn't make any sense. We'll leave it up to our readers to see if you're right. Okay? Yeah, we'll see if this is okay. If this is blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm glad you made a video about the debate I had with you. You couldn't compete with me. You couldn't even compete with me. A simple Muslim with little knowledge only. Well, compared to other Muslims I talked with, you actually seemed bright. You know? Why do you think I turned your words into a video series? You know? I only make videos if the Muslim is smart. And he presents things in such a way where it can expose more Islam. Yeah. You will look like a kid facing a true Muslim debater who has more knowledge than me. What? You will look like a kid facing a true Muslim debater who has more knowledge than me. Okay. But anyways, I'll make a counter video to yours so that I show your stupidity and for sure you'll hide the proofs I gave you. No, I'll just post our word exchange in my videos to see if you change my words, letting people go to the videos where our words are and see if I changed anything, okay? Actually, I'll call people's attention to these videos and they can go to the comment section and see if he's changed anything, because my words will be there. Yeah. As Christians always do, liars. Oh? Well, I consider myself a Christian. Thus, where have I lied? Evidence, please. I'll expose your ignorance and stupidity about ants, too. This will be really funny. Well, go for it, O slave of the best deceivers. Go for it. Leviticus 12, 2 through 5. A female causes double the pollution when she's born than that of a boy, spiritually or physically. The mother remains unclean for 66 days after birth of a female instead of 33 days if she gives birth to a male. Sounds like you have a problem with that. Trouble is, you have to believe it, for Leviticus is part of the Torah, which the Quran says is always book given to Musa, and is like the Quran. Get it? Like the Quran? I thought the Quran said nothing is like the Quran. And of course there is Quran for 136, 150, 151, 152, 285, and 40, 70 through 72 that tell you, a Muslim, to believe in all the books of Allah and make no distinction between Allah's books or be far astray and dragged off into hellfire. James 5:3, gold and silver do rust. Well, they can't be stolen. And by the way, silver does rust. Well, it oxidizes, turns black. As you can see, due to the silver binding of the black stone in Mecca can attest to. It's no longer silver, but black. You still can see the pieces of the black stone placed in it, though, from the time the black stone ended up in pieces, possibly by Abu Tahir, who stole the black stone and held it for ransom. When he held it for ransom. I really don't know if Abu Tahir shattered that black stone or not. All I know is that it's in pieces, and there was a time it wasn't. And Abu Tahir did steal the black stone, but was it before or after Abu Tahir stole the black stone? I don't know. Daniel 4:10 through 11 declares the earth is flat. Quote, "These are the visions I saw while lying in my bed." Is a vision or dream something that is real or a metaphor? "I looked, and there before me stood a tree in the middle of the land. Its height was enormous. The tree grew large and strong, and its top touched the sky. It was visible to the ends of the earth." Ends of the earth or ends of the Haaretz, which can also just mean land. Ha ha, laughing out loud. Have fun with your corrupted Bible. If what you presented makes you doubt the book that the Quran says it confirms and reminds, then how can you be a Muslim and not be far astray and dragged off into hellfire for not believing in all of the books of Allah and all of Allah's books? And how can you, keep, dragged off into hell for not believing in all the books of Allah and for making distinction between all His books? You don't believe in Quran 4, 136, 150, 151, 152, 2, 285, and 47 through 72 that tell you, a Muslim, to believe in all the books of Allah and make no distinction between all His books? Do you? You don't believe that, do you? And I bet you especially don't believe in Quran 1094 that tells you to come to me for my reading not reciting, but my reading the before scriptures. Bible, do you? By the way, if you saw my videos of our word exchange, it doesn't register that anyone but myself saw my videos. You sure you saw our little video series, Muhammad versus the Ants? For me, it works fine. If so, then it sounds like you are starting to crack down on those who expose Islam. Oh, excuse me. If so, then it sounds like they are starting to crack down on those who expose Islam. Oh, this is an exchange. This is because what happened was I couldn't, when that little bell that lights up to show you who's responded to you and how many people responded, every time I clicked on it, it wouldn't let me in. I had to go around about it to find who was talking to me. And he said for him it works fine. And with that, when he told me it worked fine for him, that thing in Google, or to see who commented on the videos, he said they worked fine. I go, if so, it sounds like they are starting to crack down on those who expose Islam. But I watched some of the videos you've uploaded. The reason why Google blocked you is because you are uneducated and stupid, and I didn't know that. Because before you knew it, you thought I had my patootie in the air 5 times a day on a prayer road. Otherwise, I won't waste my time with you. You laugh and you distort your language. It's called an accent, which I'm doing right now. I mean, which I do for him, or anyone that's Muslim. I expected more from you, but in fact, you are first stupid, and second, you are uneducated. I'll turn this into a video. I'll turn this into video and see how many people agree with you about that. But expect a video response from me where I'll show how stupid you are thinking that ants don't speak. I believe I believe ants communicate. I believe they communicate through smells, odors, and vibrations in their feet. But to believe they can hear a Muslim saying something like the Quran is saying, but to believe they can hear an ant saying something the Quran is saying with "Oh, ants, enter your dwellings that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers while they perceive not." I mean, think, O slave of the best of deceivers. Think, how could ants know who Solomon was? This is more than just laughable. And you think ants are stupid, confusing a butterfly for their queen due to the vibrations it gets off. You think? You are the one who is stupid, not ants. Again, I believe they communicate through smells and can feel vibrations in their feet. But to believe they can hear an ant saying something like the Quran is saying with "Oh, ants, enter your dwellings that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers while they perceive not." I mean, think, O slave of the best of viewers. Think, how could ants know who Solomon was? This is more than laughable. What is the odor or vibration that spells out Solomon for an ant? You know? What? Ants are very intelligent beings. Again, confusing the butterfly for their queen due to the vibes it gives off. Man, and I'll show that video. I'll show you that in my video. Oh, I'd love to see that. What are you going to do? Show me a clip from Pixar's computer-generated animation movie Ants? Remember though, the first movie you showed me is that it said that ants aren't able to communicate like they are depicted in the movie Ants in A Bug's Life. By the way, from your Bible, snakes and donkeys do speak. Listen to these funny verses. 1 Peter 2, 16, 18, King James Version. 16, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. How do you not know God was speaking through that animal? Where in the Quran does it say Allah is speaking through the ants? Like what's happened with Balaam's donkey. Where? 17. These are whales without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. Now the donkey speaks, not proven yet by science like ants. The donkey spoke, or God speaking through the donkey? By the way, I noticed you are about to quote Numbers in Genesis, which means you, a Muslim, are to believe in what they say. For Numbers and Genesis are part of the Torah, which the Quran says is Allah's book given to Musa, which is the before scriptures, which is Allah's books that you are to believe in. You, a Muslim, are to believe in and not make distinction with, or be far astray and dragged off into hellfire, according to Quran 4, 136, 150, 151, 152, 2, 285, and 40, 72. And of course there is Quran 10, 94, which I bet you know about now as well. And he knows that he's speaking with a prophet. He's talking about the ants. The ant knows that he's speaking with a prophet. Where does it say the donkey? I was talking about the donkey, yeah. Where does it say the donkey knows what it's saying? Scripture, please. How does he know a prophet? How does he know he's a prophet? And how he knows what the prophet did? Laughing out loud. Where does it say the donkey knows, like an ant knows, who Solomon is? Scripture, please. And again, where in the Quran do you find that it is Allah speaking through the ants to say, "Oh, ants, enter your dwelling, that you not be crushed by Solomon and his soldiers while they perceive not"? Where? No, where? Oh, I've got to stop it here.